Welcome to my channel. Here today, I am going to explain a movie called Marquis. A theater troupe is coming to a small town. Earn something extra, while the men are hosting the event. Actresses find girls who can do it, her to take her to the bathroom. The baby turned out to be resourceful. She was enterprising, so she didn't just sell. Her knowledge in this field is also useful for women. Boys were also allowed to spy on adults, women admiring the shape of coins. On the other hand, die-hard comedians. Director of the Molière Theatre Company decided to take a walk in the city, accompanied by his friend, the brilliant actor Lesbian. Yardmen kind of feel it. The performance begins and it decides. Look at it, a charming girl will soon appear stage dance in front of an audience. It starts to rain and everyone runs away. Hide yourself in the belief that this belongs to God. Punishment for being a dancer. Devil's messenger. Only Molière and Grosserin. People who never leave the stage. I went crazy because of a beautiful girl. Friends after the show argue about who goes first, to the girl to talk to her Grosserin. He wins this chance because he is the first to notice attractive dancers. Mark Wise's father won't let it go. An actor-wide reference is formed. She and he have to pay to express his admiration for young dancers. After an argument with the girl's father, Leon sneaks into her room and sees her have sex with a man who paid for a couple coin for it. A beauty raised in poverty. Suspicious and cornering actors gone, but Leon fell in love with her because of the provocative move. It had a magnetic effect on him. Promised to turn her whole world on her feet, Leon gives her girl her hand and heart. And we promise a stage in Paris. Mark Wise, she dreamed to be. Actress agrees to be someone's wife. Theater actor Leon takes her girls, the stage of introducing her to her colleagues. Other actresses are also finding Maury now. A man who can justify his friend's claims. Marry him and take him. The girl's father does not appear here, consent to their marriage. As much as he's an outsider, he's ready for it. Sell his daughter for a large reward, and he asks for 1,000 coins. Maury skillfully negotiated with him. Then he lowers his price to 30 coins. What Leon and the girls justify. Relationship with the dancer from that moment became known as the Marquis. Duparc, a few days later, the theater company go to the next town to make money. Marquis joins them during the performance. She even gets a stage to say her lines, get nervous and forget her words. Maury tries to help her in every possible way. But turned out to be stage fright. Stronger than the desire to be actress. Leon sees this and helps her wife. She recognizes it and saves her track record. Her acting career could end before then. Marquis also started, very worried. She cries and finds comfort only in his arms, her husband. Soon the troupe arrives in Paris. Perform in front of the younger brother of Louis Philippe, someday in Orleans. All performers leave the stage. I have to change and get ready. Prevent people from entering the hall in the next act seat. From being bored and leaving. Molière demands release of Mark Wise. A girl dancing a magic dance. First audience reaction indifferent to appearance. Dancers discuss their little things. And after 1 minute the problem occurred. I realized that in front of them it was not just a girl entertaining an audience, but a real talent that fascinates me. She moved the king's brother. The young playwright Racine is similarly enthusiastic. With the girls as well as the rest of the audience. The women in her theater applaud her. The team is watching while envy realizes this. Mark Wise stole the stage. You run and fall in love with this. A very upset dancer at first sight when he found out she was married. Lean after King's introduction. The brother turned to Molière on the market. It's Louis' birthday in 8 days. Philip knows his passion for dancing. He wants to give his brother a special gift. He is not interested in theater, the troupe and its performance, but he will pay generously for the Marquis. I don't have the courage to dance before the King Morier agrees to Philip's refusal. Please feel his achievements. Not perfect, playwrights stick to it, theater into the night and beyond. Write your next production idea through every word. The Marquise decided to visit him to plead. Theatrical roles she didn't want. She dreams of becoming a dancer. Actress. Molière rejects the girl, but she is very tenacious and willing to do anything. She gets what she wants. The Marquise lays out the dresses before him. Make love to the playwright. I hope this helps him change his life. Her heart and attitude towards her during rehearsal the next morning. Molière takes her role and gives her part. Unspoken role in the market. Girl doesn't want it, so she gets mad. Unfeeling dance feeling. Marquis' creative possibilities in his run. Away, Racine plays with society. The women notice a crying girl walking towards them. Towards the bridge, Marquise offers to jump off. She helped her figure it out. She's really ready to stop the race to her girls. He teaches her how to behave. And that life is sometimes unfair. It is important to endure and deliver punches. Concession to satisfy whims of people you can influence. Evening fate and future. The theater company is rehearsing for a performance. Once again, Rain is dissatisfied with the attitude. Request to friend's wife. Change the decision. Your discussion is interrupted for reasons such as the Marchioness, who returned to the hall and ready to dance before the king. Louis will arrive soon, and we will be leaving. Appear in a hall with an audience, took their seats while the Marquis hurried. Dress up and appear on stage dance. The king happily goes upstairs. Girl should be with her. Actors will soon find out the Marquis forgot to put on his pants. Molière went on stage without underwear. She is frightened and trying to escape. Girl has to spin her wheels and be king. You'll see everything under her dress. Marquise does a trick and Louis sees it. The girl's charm that evokes him. Heartfelt surprise and delight as king. Pleasantly shocked. Thank you, Molière, for the dance of awakened girls, natural feelings and desires in him. The next day, Louis, the playwright, was in the room and provided the information. He said the next appearance should be like this. Cancel. Comedian performance offends. Neither the church nor the King of France can allow it. Of Molly is ready to star in another production. But Louis disagrees. Instead, he proposes his own ideas. The playwright adopted the script. Racine, the aspiring writer, he's dating, good relationship in the evening. Bar Molière speaks. Theater actors are furious. Because they are comedians and not comedians, they used to play tragedy. They are joined by Racine, who plays the Marquise. She recognizes the man who saved her from her peril. Law of urgency. Girls feel sorry for newbies. Ask if you want a playwright. Role. Racine is in love with an attractive person. Marquise and promises is his one of the most important. A role that infuriates everyone in attendance. The next day, Mariah. Role, but the Marquis is not happy again at his choice. Girls suggest women fight others. Role, choral making happens and the actresses attack. After a few days, I was defenseless. Maury and the ward put on a play. Black-eyed Marquise forced insertion. Watch them from the audience. Tragedy played by comedians. Not for everyone. Actress forgets her own words. Marquise sabotages performance. It ultimately hinders production. Actors were thrown rotten apples. Racine also asked to leave the stage, but disappointed with the performance. Determined to save Mark as another person. The actresses might tear them apart from what happened. Trapped in a secret room, Lacey explains, "Girl need to feel this. Please play your part with all your heart." At the same time, he cares about Mark. Smart, but she rejects up-and-coming things. Playwright, because she has her husband. Leanne is there too, and she hears it. Their conversation rejoiced that it was his wife is loyal to him. Mark has arrived the next morning. Racine's invitation to the royal palace. The girl is criticized by the women of the world. She is publicly accused of dancing without underwear. Don't forget the queen. Chance to poke Mark wise. Rustic appearance and sense of manners that they laugh at the girls running. Far away, not even Racine's kind words reach calm her down. Markwise visits a little later, the playwright, and he present her a play. A new script in which she plays the role. The main character, Racine, shows compassion for the main character. She's a girl, but she reminds me she's married. And from now on she will be with him only. She agrees on the condition that she play this role. When the Marquise comes home, she spends time with her husband promises to she never leaves him. The next morning, Racine sees Moliet. Change his script and permissions. It's a scandal to make a girl dance for this reason. Because it occurs among men, which Molly will leave the stage. A few days later, Mark Wise and her husband goes to church for baptism. Moliere's son. She asks her husband to support Racine. But he's not ready to do his best. Girlfriend goes to the girl in the evening. Racine, ready to spend the night. She stayed with him, but the man refused. Because he loves and wants her with all her heart. Feelings for being neutral. Racine decided to dispose of the purchase. Lavoisine poisoned chocolate and signed an agreement whereby his third of his future earnings will be paid. He to her, Racine visits comedians. Please know he's a very bad person. Read. I understand that he will leave here soon. Seeking care for the world and the scene. She is his wife and loves her as much as he does. During a performance a few days later, Rain falls into eternal sleep. The audience perceives it as an actor's play. I didn't laugh or applaud him to understand that it really is breakout. Mark Wise mourns death. His husband, but the housekeeper persuaded. She is said to have accepted Racine's offer. Star of his performance, Mary Markby's endorsement begins. She rehearses, but she doesn't like to play roles with old actors. Mr. Florida, who has a lot of experience, says, "Girls, what's the best way to behave on stage?" But she did not accept his comments. Criticism. Racing and Marquise dilute. Lying in bed for days trying to make up and find each other common language a little late. The playwright meets with King Ludwig. Realize that there are many beautiful girls around and Marcus. Not better than others, but Racine was better. I disagree with him because the rest. I'm just trying to compare myself to her, but I inferior in all. After a while, the Marquise became a star, play the role of a king in a play for the first time. And the minister tells the girl to get up and receive a standing ovation, holding her head high because she's alone. A great actress with a great future. Molly and her ex-colleague. Business is also here. Please visit us after the performance. Markley wants to celebrate that. Make a successful debut and express yourself admiration. Maury admits he was wrong. Marcus played his part perfectly. A little later during Ball King. Inviting actresses to dance and get excited. Compliment Moliere completely ruined. Police watch his property and actors. I need to steal my own props to make it not confiscated. Comedian long dead. Criticism from the church, and they found. Justice for playwrights to quit. Their expression of opinion is despicable. Markwise is disappointed with this state of affairs. Messages and attempts from her first teacher. Support the man. He understands that Mariah can't handle it. The girl is holding the situation alone. She decided to help him. She brought it. The king's dramatist, but not a guard. Please let me keep the sign, my sign promise. She will spend the night with him. If he allowed her to meet with Louis, he can't stop the actress. King agrees to help Meryl, but also tells him. Racine bought this from Mark Wise poisoned candy for her husband. Lewis willingly forgives. Playwright, but with the condition that they work in theaters and sign autographs. Then only my work. Another brilliant achievement. Marie expressed her admiration for it. Marquis' acting and his dreams same as her. The girl decided to help the maid. She teaches her drama race secrets. She hears the girls talking. She is happy to have become a marquise and expert in her field. A little later, the marquise fell ill again. She found out she was pregnant. Expect her to give birth despite her poor health. She says nothing to Racine and asks no whoever gave her her lead role. Play soon the couple will go there to see the king. Have the Martian read a poem to Lewis. I climbed the well, but didn't. Listen to what girls say. It's water, so she has to go in too. Water. Water to get closer to him. The cold made the Marquis sick, and Marie, she had to carry the can on her back, realized that there is success. Night actress does. She's all right. She's doing well stage. Their state during the performance. Symptoms worsen and girl loses her consciousness. Only Marie knows her writing. She's Mark Wise's opinion, so Racine agrees, give her her role, and set her free. Young servant on stage. 3 days later, the Marquis comes to her. Sensing and meeting Maury, he take care of her playwright ex-boss. And her friend tells her girl that she lost her role and Racine went crazy. Young and attractive Marie recognizes this their glory days are over. Marquis replies, go to the theater and see Marie on stage. She does her part. Actress Gorgeous couldn't stand it. Eat poisoned chocolate and go on stage. Read the final sensual monologue. She accepts Racine for what she is. She's pregnant and accuses her of giving it. Roll to another. The playwright loves Mark Wise. I'm not leaving her, but it's too late for her. She'd hugged her beloved husband. Marquis tightly fall into eternal sleep. Racine holds the girl in her arms, carrying her off the stage. Her audience gives her a final round of applause. And here movie ends. Thank you for watching and see you tomorrow at the same time.